America West Arena once again for both the Spurs and the Suns. Spurs up 2-1. Parker finds Duncan. Move inside on Scott Williams and Dan Marley. Let's start with you. What about the Phoenix Suns coming up by as many as 7? Duncan against Scott Williams.
What's interesting about that play is they didn't double team. In the first 3 games, they went down right on the catch there. Maybe they're waiting for him to make a big outside shot early. That's going to build his confidence.
Tony Parker hits again, and Parker has started the game 3 of 4 from the field. Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs was last season's MVP. Might be this season's MVP as well. He's been a pool of double and triple teams all playoffs long against these Phoenix Suns. But he plays under control. So smart, so selfless. And even though Dan Marley, he is scoring less, he is really doing more for his team.
Well, that's what great players do. When you look at his numbers, that's why he's, in the running for MVP. They hold his scoring down, but his rebounds are up, his assists are up, and his blocks are up. And his team has won 60 games this year with him being double-teamed a lot of the time.
And so far tonight, Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs has put in 4 points. This is
Joe Johnson.
Here's Bruce Bowen. Jackson. Duncan's got a couple fouls on him. Robinson's on the bench with 3 as Duncan puts in his 6th point tonight.
Killing you softly with...
Nice fake by Outlaw, but knocked away by Duncan.
Right here you see Tim Duncan. I mean, he comes back, he takes his time on the dribble, he's attacked, but he still drops it over the top softly. Great vision in seeing. Right here, you see Bo Outlaw coming through. Tim Duncan just reaches off, stands off of him, and blocks it.
The Suns high honors with Sean Marion.
That just shows you Marbury's strength. He got in the paint and just shucked off Parker like he wasn't even there and laid it in.
It's unbelievable, too, because he's going in.
Tim Duncan with a nice turnaround. He's got 8. Suns, I told you, each team has turned it over 5 times in this second quarter. It's Duncan over Bosco. For 2 and a foul. Bosco picks it up as Duncan is in double digits with 10 points. And Jake's got his 3rd personal foul to join Amari Stoudemire and Penny Hardaway with 3 apiece for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, they better get back to double teaming because he's going to foul out the whole Phoenix Suns team before this is over. They're not doing the same thing they did before. I mean, they're leaving Bosco there on the island, and Tim Duncan's just too good to leave a 1-on-1 down there.
He actually shows no emotions. He doesn't give anything to get you riled up or incentive other than...
Consecutive Midwest Division title this past season with their league-high 60 wins. Leading this series 2-1. Duncan plowing down the baseline. Well, no one got in his way.
And Stoudemire is conscious of the fact that he's
even in the game at 26. Duncan. And the Spurs by 4.
That is just amazing. I mean, just so light, so non.
Last year, and then this summer he had some ankle surgeries. Really worked on hard on his game. Dedicated himself and came out and made himself an all-star game. I was so happy. I was here the night where they clinched the playoff spot, and I went into the locker room, and he was crying like a baby. He was so happy to be back in the playoffs. It felt like the whole world had been lifted off his shoulders.
He's a good kid.
Russell played. That was the most action I got was right there.
1 free throw by Tim Duncan, who has not had a prep. Right, we're going to get all kinds of things. Here's Bosco against Duncan. That's a tough match for anybody, including Jake Bosco.
His timing is so beautiful, though, because the help is always...
Phoenix, they're already down 2-1 and going to San Antonio later this week.
Maybe he gets pushed out of bounds.
Duncan from the free throw line, knocking that first one in, so he's gone. Into Duncan. Counting the foul! Duncan got it. He's got 23. And the foul goes on Stoudemire, who is gone. He fouls out of the game.
Call Tim Duncan the fireman. He just put the fire out.
Look how effortless that was.
So smooth. So smooth.
He just did a good job of keeping Stoudemire in his back, and he was patient enough to wait till the ball got swung to the top, and Bowen made a nice entry pass right where he could catch it.
He shot them Stephon Marbury, who has knocked down 4 this year. It's Hardaway. Bosco for the lead. The Phoenix Suns have their first lead since midway through the third quarter. And Jake Foskel comes up with a huge hook that gives the Phoenix Suns a 2-point lead, 86-84.
The shot, and Tim Duncan will be wide open also.
It's Duncan for the tie, and Phoenix has won. And Jake Foskel with the game-winning shot. And the series is tied at 2-2. The Phoenix Suns were down by 12. They go on a 22-9 run over the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds. What a spectacular win by the 8th